Hey guys, welcome back to my Reader's Journal, or welcome if you're brand new. For this video, I'm going to be going over the books that I plan on reading in April. I do have this stack here of 5 books. I plan on reading these 5 and then also try to tag another one in. I'm not going to show what that 6th book is in this video specifically just because I don't even know what that book is going to be. And maybe while I'm recording, I'll decide to like pick out a book. But as of right now, I'm going to just show you what I plan on reading. So the first book that I for sure have to be reading is Rune and Rising. Now, if you watched my previous TBRs, then you would know that this has been on my list for a while. Well, at least since February, because I was supposed to start reading this in February, but then I had a reading slump, and then that kind of derailed my whole plans. But I am buddy reading this, so I'm not necessarily pressured to finish it this month. If I finish it this month, awesome. I think I will. But if it goes into June, it goes into June. Wait, the next month is May. I meant May. If it goes into May, then it'll go into May. But I'm not necessarily pressured to finish this book. I am reading it with my friend. We're taking our time. We're having fun. We're joking around. We're sending each other quotes or like our favorite parts and everything. So I'm just having a good time with this one. The next book that I have on this list is The Fault in Our Stars. Now, this one, again, has been on the list for a while. It is going to be the final book of my John Green readathon. I have finished Paper Towns. I finished reading for Alaska. Looking for Alaska. So right now I'm going to be reading this book. I did read this book back in, I want to say, freshman year of college, and I think it was my favorite out of the 3 books that I own. And I think that is still going to be the case because, spoiler alert, I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of the other 2. Now, before I show you what are the other 3 books that I have on this list, I do want to preface by saying that I have now acknowledged that the books that I've been reading recently have been rereads. Like this year, I think I've read 9 books so far. I think only 3 of them have been like brand new reads. I read Mexican White Boy, which was a brand new read. No, that actually wasn't. So maybe only 2. I read Reconstructing Amelia, which was a brand new read. And then, all right, I have my list. So, Through the Dark, which is written by Alexandra Bracken. It is the compilation of 3 novellas in one book. So, I read that. That was the first time I read it this year. I read Reconstructing Amelia, written by Kimberly McCrae. Again, this is a book that I read for the first time this year. And then the last one that I have read, like brand new this year, was The Hating Game. Everything else so far has been a reread. And at least for Paper Towns and Looking for Alaska, those are books that I read back in high school and only read once. So might as well have been a new read because I couldn't remember shit. But yeah, I promise I will be reading new books to me pretty soon. I just have to get through some of these books that I've been wanting to reread. Yeah, anyways, I have The Hunger Games, which I plan on rereading. I've read this book a couple of times, don't have a number in my head right now of how many times exactly, but I have read it a while. I love this whole series. I love this franchise. I love this world. So then after The Hunger Games, I'm going to be reading Catching Fire, which shouldn't be a surprise. I love this book. I love the movie for this book. I cannot wait for this one specifically. And then the last one that I have for this month is Mockingjay. I have to finish the series. I can't just read the first 2 and then not read the last one. Like, I have to read it. I am not just reading The Hunger Games just because I want to like nostalgia read. Like, granted, that is part of it. I love this series, but one of the main reasons of why I'm diving back into this world is because pretty soon I'm going to be reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That is a book that I have not read. I've watched the movie for it. I love the movie for it, but I have not read the book yet. I do own it, but I haven't read it. So, will that be number 6 for this month? Actually, no. Yes, I do want to read it. No, it's not going to be the book because after this, I do want to like pause a little bit because I know that Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes is more of a prequel about President Snow. So I'm not necessarily going to jump from Mockingjay into that book. I do want to give it like a couple of weeks at the very least. That way I can like still be in that mindset, but not like right away, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be like a culture shock moment. But yeah, let me actually turn around to see if there's any book that really jumps at me that says like, yeah, read me this month. So let's see. All right. Um, so let's see. Up there, nothing so far. Um, nope, nope, nope. Okay. No, 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 not this month. No. I do want to do like a single book. Like I don't want it to be a part of a series. Like I want it to be individual. Um, so my next one is there's a specific one that is behind here. Um, no, it's not any of those. Oh wait, I think this one. Let's see. All right, I found it. So we are going to be reading One of Us is Lying. I read this book years ago, and granted, is it a reread? Yes, but again, it was years ago. Do I know the ending of this book? I do. And the reason why I want to reread it now is because with me knowing the ending, I want to see if the book still holds up, if it still makes sense, or if this is one of those books that is only entertaining the first time you read it. Because if I'm not invested with the characters this second time that I'm reading it, that's going to be a shame. And that's going to bring down my rating overall for this book. And then, just really quickly, if you've never heard of this book, basically it's a group of teenagers who all go to the same school and they're all like in detention. Like imagine Breakfast Club. If you've seen that movie, I know it's an older movie, so maybe younger people haven't seen it, but imagine Breakfast Club. They're all in detention and everything, and then while they are there, one of the people that is there die. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say, but like the person that dies because they have a drink, and in that drink there was like traces of peanut, and that person has a peanut allergy, so they died because of that. And so for the rest of the book, everybody that was in that room has been a suspect, and the whole premise is that like everybody is claiming innocence, but like one of them is lying. And I want to see if this book really holds up, especially knowing the ending and like who is responsible of the death. So we're gonna see. So yeah, this is my current stack. Will I read it all? Hopefully. I really hope that I don't get into another reading slump. I don't think so, because usually I'll get in a reading slump, then I'll bounce back. I'll be good for like a while, and then maybe I'll be in another reading slump for like a couple weeks, and then I'll bounce back. And so I'm not necessarily worried, but I just want to make sure that I don't fall too far behind. Yeah, that is it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can follow along on the journey. Comment if you read any of these books and which one you're most excited to see me read, see me review. You can also share your thoughts on any of these books. I will be happily reading the comments, replying back, because I really want to create a community where I can share the books that I'm reading and have that conversation with the people that are watching the videos. So, yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.